Hold my breath, count to 10. I'm getting that song. I'm not even sure. Maybe it's Vanessa Carlton, Breathe. No, that's right. It doesn't feel like necessarily like a sad energy. It just feels like, okay, I know what has to be done. It's holding out some kind of hope, but also feeling hopeless. I don't. There's a runner that's in a lot of pain over their ways. It's like they're getting some kind of download here, some kind of awakening, some awareness that they don't have to keep running. That if I just breathe, every single thing will be all right. It's like the running has been more painful than just confronting it. But they don't feel like it's going to be successful. Something they feel like they don't deserve. We have like this forbidden energy. I don't know if it's that they don't deserve it. It's like they're not trusting on it to be real. Like they've built up some kind of fantasy of themselves. Like if they were to stop running, if they were to actually confront it, like they've built up. You know, it's so funny. I'm literally like seeing somebody coming to a door with like a note. Like out of nowhere, kind of unexpected, and the note says like, hey, can we just not talk for an hour? It's so funny. And then it's like an hour. Like I'm getting like a whole hour I've spent just not saying a damn thing. I'm like, I don't know, like taking a nap. It's like they think that there's some kind of physical aspect here that if they could get into like almost like a cuddling situation, a hugging situation, it's like to let down their barriers. Yours too. I don't know, like theirs is like this fear and yours is like this anger. Or maybe it's vice versa. There's something, I do feel like they do have more of the fear though, especially with being like a runner energy. We could just not say something that's going to F this up until our walls, like, because it feels like a very defensive energy. Like, you both are already on some kind of defense. One with their own vulnerability, and then the other one with, like, their anger. Like, don't just spout off some crazy shit at me, please. Like, I hope this is my biggest fantasy. This is what I would like to happen. I'm afraid that we would wreck it before we were able to connect and like let our safeguards down. Resistance. Family. It's like you're both trying to fight something off that just feels so unnatural to fight off. But to allow it would be a very complex situation. So you've done a lot of avoiding and pushing away. But it's like this pain of just continuously pushing each other away in whatever aspect that is. It's just more painful. Lonely. It's more laney, lonely. Because like that's what we were getting, like some kind of cuddling. Like this is the intimacy. Like you both kind of being in that energy of just. It's so funny. I'm seeing like when a newborn baby like needs to do like skin on skin to like regulate their system because they just have like a huge shock to the system. It's like that, but the shock has been so long. It's like, can we just bond? Can you just lay on my chest? Can we just breathe and count to 10? Everything's okay. We've had a couple cards that have a word on here that have came out about a spying situation. you're both kind of curious. It just feels like this is such a fantasy. Like there's this desire from both of you, but it feels like such a fantasy. Like this is something that you just like you see in those like silly rom-coms, but like it almost feels like it has to be that big. Second chance. It feels like it kind of has to be that big. Because that's kind of how the connection feels. It feels that big. It's only you. Let's go to part 2.